Now, look, I was down for it. A Fallout TV show, pretty much, let's just be real, Mad Max. If you've played Fallout, Fallout is pretty much Mad Max. It's pretty much Mad Max. Although Skyrim is better, but that's to one side. Um, Obviously, I never finished the game. I played about half of it, but I pretty much had the right idea of what it was about. You know, so yeah, down for the show, 100%. So the first character you see obviously is the character of Lucy. Okay, fine, whatever. Because it's the funny thing about this stuff is like if they made like a Mass Effect film, I'm like, it doesn't really work because the whole point of these games is it's your character. Like that is the beauty about these games where yes, the story is one thing, but it's really about this is my character, my guy. So for me, for instance, if they now do Commander Shepard in Mass Effect, I'm like, bro, that's not my guy. Half Hope Shepard looks a particular way and makes the decisions. So before I get to that bum ass loser Maximus, um, I thought the best way to do this to coincide with the game is there are two characters who both come from the new underground city that has been built after the nuclear blast. And we see the storyline pretty much hop between both of them and you see them take different decisions. We now see what happens when someone takes a good path and when someone takes a bad path. That is such an obvious way to do this because that is the spirit of these kinds of video games where whenever I play the game, I'm like really harsh. I try and do good, but I'm like a pretty harsh guy that makes those harsh decisions. Once I do that run through, I go up and be like, you know what? Let me be the good guy now. Like Baldur's Gate 3. I was an a-hole in Baldur's Gate 3. In my first run through, I was an a-hole. Now I'm playing it again. I'm now trying to be a good guy. And I'm now seeing a totally different path. So it would have been so obvious to have two characters where one character is plays it good, one character plays it bad, but they're going through a similar kind of trajectory. So that would just make so much sense, you know. Or they're like in alternate timelines. Basically, it would just make so much sense if you had like good character goes this way, bad character goes this way. But fine, put that on one side. The character of Lucy, okay, fine, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, very well directed. Shout out to Jonathan Nolan, man, really well directed. It's Amazon, and these pricks who are pretty much bumping up their price and stuff, you can see the money that's on there. So cool. Now we get to this loser Maximus, and why I ain't watching this show anymore. The guy's a bum. The guy's a bum. And I'll tell you why I don't need to see anything more. So as I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, so we see the character of Lucy, who is strong, independent, taking charge. She's ordering around her younger brother. Boom. Okay, cool. Then we see now Maximus. The guy spends most of his time crying. Like, I'm like, what is this? It's like, do you know what you're in? You see, if anybody should be strong-willed, it should be him. And my thing is, if you see a guy who looks so fragile and so weak, how the heck do you allow him to get a job like commanding those mechs? If you're commanding those mechs, you have to show strong will and a strong character. So it's already stupid and dumb because I'm sorry, if I'm one of those guys who are now interviewing him to be inside of one of those like mech suits, I'm like, mate, no. You clearly don't pass the test of the personality character test to be in one of these things because you act like a I don't want to say it. You act like a girl. I'm sorry. I don't want to. You act like a girl. You act like a girl. You act like a freaking coward. And it's just so weird the way he acts like a girl, crying all the time, being overly emotional, and the actual girl in this acts more like a guy taking charge. I'm like, so maybe that's the hope because it's all flipped. So I'm like, screw this. Then I'm going to watch reviews. So there are people who've seen like 6, 7 of the episodes. I think even the whole season, and they said that yeah, he's the character's trash. Like he does get better, but yeah, the character is trash. He does act like a bitch. And I go online and I go on Twitter and everyone says, yeah, he's the worst character. He's the worst character. The guy's the worst. Everything else is good, but he's the worst character. So for me, as a guy who reps Blade, reps Storm, reps Bishop, doesn't rep that bomb-ass Falcon. I don't care about Captain America. Doesn't rep that bomb-ass War Machine. That's a rep dude. I'm like, I'm cool. Okay, give me a black character that I can connect with that is strong-willed, it's an alpha, and someone I can connect with and that can inspire me and inspire the youths. That bomb-ass Maximus ain't that dude, man. So yeah, I'm cool, man. One love.